Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Unexpected, but not unwelcome.
For the final day of TV Fall Sweeps Week here at Up From the Underground, we are going to talk about two shows on the Disney Channel. Yes, the Lawn Gnome watches the Disney Channel, but for good reason. The two shows that we are going to talk about are two shows that premiered last year that I was really into. And now we're going to talk about how I feel about them now. The first one is Girl Meets World. If you don't know what Girl Meets World is, shame on you, because it is the spin-off show of the famous show from ABC, Boy Meets World, starring Ben Savage and Ryder Strong. And the show, of course, revolves around Corey and Topanga's daughter, Riley, and how she is handling the world on her own. I really was excited when this show first aired, and while the beginning it was a little bit on the goofy side, when they started bringing old cast members back, I was really starting to get into it. In the second season, started off really strong. We saw a couple more appearances of Sean, and we saw a whole bunch of other characters that we hadn't seen in a while show their faces. Even the great William Daniels did come back to play Mr. Feeney in one episode. But then the show just started going back to the kids, and I kind of don't like these kids. They're not great. They're just very annoying, and the lightheartedness of these characters is just, I don't know. At one point in time, I feel that one of them is just going to poop out a rainbow because it's just so light and fluffy. Boy Meets World, while it definitely was a family-oriented show, had some very deep moments, and even when the show does try to go into those deep moments, it doesn't do it in good taste. There was an episode that I really thought had the potential to be a great one, and it involved bullying, and they never showed the bully. And that was just something I never understood. There was also an episode where Farkle thought that he may have had Asperger's, which I thought was probably one of the better episodes of the season. And I was very upset that they didn't have more episodes like that one. So, at this point in time, guys, I've given up on the show. I'm sorry. I'm not watching it anymore. Unless something truly turns around in Season 3 and people suddenly realize that this is a show that we all should be watching, maybe I'll give it another chance, but right now I'm not losing sleep over the fact that I have stopped watching. But now let's talk about the second season of Star Wars Rebels. I loved the first season. I thought that it was fantastic. I thought that it was better than the Clone Wars because I just love how it feels like the original Star Wars trilogy. And when this first season ended and we got one of my favorite characters to come back, who is Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars, I was just so happy to see her as part of the rebellion. Ezra has come into his own trying to become a stronger Jedi Knight in the second season, and he does have still his spats with Kanan, but it looks like everybody is really coming into their own, and they're not the only rebels now. They're part of the real rebellion now, fighting the Empire just like Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han did in a galaxy far away all those years ago in the films. But it's definitely getting even more interesting because Darth Vader has shown up in this season. We have seen more Inquisitors, which I think are Sith Lords. I'm not exactly sure what they are. And I am just loving this show. It is so entertaining. It's very mature. It's not just for kids. There are some topics on this show that can get really dramatic. And we've even gotten some more characters from the Clone Wars coming back, including Captain Rex. I was so glad to see Captain Rex back because he was definitely one of the better characters in the Clone Wars television series. But if you haven't been watching Star Wars Rebels, I have no idea what to say to you guys. It is a wonderful show. It's full of action, and Star Wars fans are just going to love it. Go watch Star Wars Rebels if you're a fan, and it will definitely get you even more excited for The Force Awakens. I'm very interested to see how this show is going to finish its second season. I'm wondering how many more characters that we all know and love are going to show up, because I am wondering exactly what point in time this story is taking place, because I would love to see a young Luke Skywalker show up, or maybe even even see the crew of the Ghost meet Obi-Wan. That would be awesome. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this week's worth of television shows. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again when I do my May sweeps, when we talk about all the shows that were airing from the winter and spring months, including maybe a couple of things about all these shows that we are talking about today. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one, and actions speak louder than words.